So if we're looking at this top green line here, what we're looking at is the live weight of the animals as they go through from coming into the herd and all the way through their productive life. And we're seeing that at about 6 years of age, the line starts to flatten out. That means that those animals are taking till they get to 6 years of age before they reach their mature live weight. Our aim with our animals is to get them into the herd at 90% of their live weight. So if their mature live weight is about 540, 90% of that is 500 kilos. But as you can see, they're actually coming in at 400 kilos, so about 75% of the mature live weight. Then what we're doing is spending the next 4 years giving these animals feed, don't care what sort of feed it is, palm kernel, pellets, pasture silage, anything like that. We're not going to give them that to produce milk solids, we're going to be growing them with that. So we want to make sure we develop our calves really, really well so that when we bring them into the herd, they're going to produce milk solids for us. But it's important to have your targets for your older animals as well. And we found with one of our Australian suppliers, they made these nice sticks. They've got Jersey on one side, Holstein Friesian on the other, and then height targets. So you just put them near your animals, and for example, 24 months, you want your Jerseys to be up to this point here. So as they're moving past, you'll be able to see them. You could use a broom handle. So instead of using a fancy thing, just get a broom handle and paint different colours on it. And all these live weights and heights, they're in the Dairy NZ Facts and Figures books, so you can get them from there and make your own very fancy broom handle. The other thing you could do is get a piece of electrical tape, and I'm using a post-it note so that I don't damage anything. And wherever your height is, they're quite tall heifers, if your heifers are walking past, and I wanted a cut-out cow to walk past here, but wouldn't fit in my suitcase, so you have to imagine there is a cow. If they're coming past and you can see the mark, they've not got up to their height targets. If they walk past and the mark is hidden as they come past, you're doing a really, really good job, and all those animals are grown up to where you're expecting them to be. You can have a look at tail end groups and looking at preferentially feeding those. It's not really economical to feed every animal in your mob, bringing them up to weight and height targets, but it is worth trying to form a tail end mob and looking at those. We can also look at the milk production these animals are producing. It looks like there's a lot of information in this graph, but we just want to look at one part of it. So what these numbers at the bottom are saying is that there are 70 first lactation animals in the herd, 56 second lactation, 46 third lactation animals. And it's just a snapshot of one herd and all the animals in that herd on one day. The average milk solids production for the season for the first lactation animals is 280 kilos of milk solids. But of course, when you've got an average, you're going to have a lowest producer and a highest producer as well. So the lowest producers are doing 210 kilos, and the highest are doing 350 kilos of milk solids. The difference, even at a $4.50 payout, is almost $700 between those two producers and income from milk solids. We can't attribute every single one of those dollars to calves not being grown properly, but part of it will be if we say $250, $300 from not growing our calves well enough, so that if we go back to the previous slide, we're feeding them for growth, not for milk solids production. So that's why it's important to look at the value of what we're doing with our calves, not the cost. Although it is a very easy thing to say in a year like this, not so easy to do it.